Yes, sir. Your boy Scaro Everest is back. Been a minute, but I'm back. Anyway, I'm here to talk about a few reasons why I'm optimistic about the Wisconsin football team. This is obviously a crossroads for this program. Okay. We had one marginally disappointing season in 2023, then a largely disappointing season in 2024, and did some housekeeping. Phil Longo was thrown on a Southwest Airlines jet. He's down doing some stuff in Texas. Jeff Grimes was brought in to the delight of most Badger fans who love to run the ball. That's a lot of them. So rest in peace, air raid. Hello, Jeff Grimes. Um, there's been a lot of portal activity, obviously. Basically, almost an entirely new cast in the quarterback room. Just an unbelievable turnover. And obviously, Billy Edwards Jr. is the horse to beat in this race. I don't think the coaches are going to anoint anyone as the starter for 2025, but the smart money is on the Maryland transfer. But higher level, I just did this with basketball back in October. And look, the caveat is always there. Nobody knows how good this team is going to be until you strap those pads on and play in that 100-yard field. You just don't know. But as we head into late January and early February, the vibes are pretty good. Now, the scary thing hanging in the background here is that god-awful 2025 schedule. It's brutality, as the kids say. Got Rhodey at Oregon, Rhodey at Michigan, Ohio State at home, playing down in Tuscaloosa early in the season. You'd like to play them later, ideally, when you're a little more settled into a new offensive system, but here we are. But Wisconsin, contrary to the opinion of a lot of people, I feel better, a lot better, than I did a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. Does that mean I'm going to use car dealer this and tell you it's going to be an awesome, historical season in 2025? No, I'm not going to do that because I don't believe it to be true. But I do think the product that Wisconsin is going to put on the field on both the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, and I guess the intangible, not so intangible, but the element of coaching is also going to be better. They're all going to be better. It's going to be a better product. You need to see what it looks like on the field, how those camaraderies and how the depth charts fill out, injuries, late portal ins and outs, which will happen. The portal is going to, or whatever we're calling it. I'm not sure the portal exists anymore after the Xavier Lucas debacle. And when I say debacle, I mean debacle for the NCAA. I think Wisconsin played about as good as they could. Did everything they could to lock down what was going to be a really, really good player for them. And in 2025 college football, you just can't do anything more than do your best to hold on to those guys, especially when you have tampering ass, cheating ass Miami waiting in the alley. But I digress. Let's get back to the football team 2025. It's going to be playing at Camp Randall. Again, I'm not going to go game by game here, but I'm going to give you a few reasons why, very quickly. This is a skill session. Why I'm feeling mildly optimistic about this particular team. I hinted at this early on. Coaching upgrade in the offensive coordinator position, and look, I'm not trying to put dirt on Longo's grave. I don't wish the guy any ill, but I am robustly happy that he is no longer at 1440 Monroe Street. Grimes has a track record of success. We've already been over that. He's no sure thing. He's not a wunderkind, one of the elite brains in football, but he has a proven track record of success. 2024, unfortunately, was not his best work, but two Broyles finalist nominations in the 4 years previous, which is pretty impressive. That's one of the top assistants in college football. he seems to have a plan, and he has a plan that has been proven on the field. I believe in a way that Longo's hadn't. I think now that we're kind of unpeeling this a little bit with Phil Longo, kind of with the benefit of hindsight, which not many of us were wise enough to have at the time, obviously, because it wouldn't be hindsight then. It's called foresight. Longo needs elite athletes at certain positions, including quarterback, to be successful. That's a fact. That's where we are. Didn't have those guys at Wisconsin. Wasn't going to be successful. And not only did he not have them, he didn't have his starting quarterback for a good portion of his 2-year tenure. I don't want to let him off the hook because of that, but that certainly did not help things. Whether he was a good guy in that locker room, that's something for another day and another dollar. I'm not going to get into it. No one's sad he's gone. It's okay. But Grimes, like the cut of Grimes' jib, straight up. Along with that, Billy Edwards Jr., huge, I believe, huge upgrade. This is not an elite superstar. This is not Cam Ward. This guy can play some football, though. This guy can run the ball. If he can do a little bit of running, do a little bit of passing, get the ball down the field, hand it off to his guys, and let his hosses do the work. I like that. I think his upside compares very favorably, and maybe even more favorably than a lot of the quarterbacks in Wisconsin was rolling out last 20 years. Now, maybe that's not the highest standard, but there we are. I really, really like the potential of this offensive line. Really like it. We have some losses, obviously. We got some Jack Nelson's heading out to the NFL in all likelihood, and replacing left tackle is not easy. But there's a kid who's going to be coming in as a true sophomore that's going to be just fine. I think that line is going to be a strength of the team this year. Real strong line. I think we got probably better run blockers maybe than we have pass blockers, but I think it's a good unit. I'm also very, very excited to see how the defensive line kind of develops, because that was unquestionably a weakness of the team in 2024. And it went to the portal, lost some guys, got some guys. But Suggs and some of these other cats, I really think that this could be maybe not a strength of the team, but they're plugging some holes. I think it's going to be the defense that we're going to be Tressel's defense. We're going to be able to see what exactly it'll look like in alignment. We're not 100% sure, but I think it'll much more closely resemble the kind of things we were seeing at Cincinnati when they were shutting offenses down and had a highly ranked defense. I think it's going to be a lot better than it was this past year. Yes, that's not a high standard, but it's going to be better. Along with that, the tackling, especially from the linebacker position, will be more robust, I believe, in 2025. So many missed tackles last year. It's like opposing players were playing with grease on their uniforms. There were games where I think they were counting like 15, 20, 25 missed tackles. That is just inconceivable. Alvarez would have had the people running stairs for 3 hours after a game if that stuff would have happened in the 90s. It's going to be better. There are a couple positions that I'm maybe not as bullish on. I'm not going to go too far into what those are. I think we're going to have to see how the secondary unfolds. I know we plugged some holes, and Hallman coming back is a good bodes well. But we got a kid from Miami and some others who can hopefully do the job. I'm not sure the work is done in the transfer portal in the secondary. I'm not sure about that. But getting back to the positive, I really like, and this is the thing I'm the most excited about, is going to be the backfield, the offensive backfield. Pick your guy, but I really think that Dylan Jones is going to show out. I think that is going to be a potential superstar for the Badgers. He's not probably going to be tilting the rock 25 times a game like some pass backs like Jonathan Taylor. And I'm not saying he has a Taylor upside. I'm saying he could be really, really, really good. I kind of like the Thunder and Lightning dynamic. Anyway, football is a long ways away still as far as the fall, but we're going to be kicking off here in spring practice, and I just wanted to check in with you and let you know how Scary's feeling. I'm feeling reasonably optimistic here in late January. We'll see how it goes. Scary Alvarez out.